All right. Good morning. Good morning. This is my biggest crowd yet. I'm very honored you all are here. So welcome to session 4 of SibSteps. My name is Kristianna and I will be your guide and moderator for today's activities. Thank you for coming here today and showing your interest and support for your family members. Being here today shows that not only do you love your sibling or child or family member, but you really desire to know more. You might be seeking education, support, resources, a listening ear, or maybe even a new friend. Who knows? But no matter why you're here today, I want to say a huge thank you, because you're displaying the dire need for these sort of support activities within our community. And I really pray that these sessions can continue on in the future. Also, thank you to Jamie Stoner and Erna from the ARC Northern Chesapeake region for their support, the food, and the organization of these sessions. Now, a quick sidebar, a few of you are repeat attendants. Raise your hand if you've been here before. Yay! So first, I want to apologize to you guys for some repetition, but many of you are here for the first time. Raise your hand if you're a first time. Welcome. So I want to give you a recap of what SibSteps is and what we've done in the past 3 sessions. People who've been here before, just hang in there with me. Alright, so SibSteps is a 5-part workshop series for adults of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities and or mental illness. Each session has its own theme with a different topic and a different guest speaker. With this series, I hope that you can meet and network with each other. Reach out in the online community, including Sibling Leadership Network and SibNet on Facebook. And I hope for you to find local resources that can make your journey smoother, and also find support and encouragement during our time together. One of the longest relationships one may have in her lifetime, his or her lifetime, is with his or her sibling. A quote I found states that our brothers and sisters are there with us from the dawn of our personal stories to the inevitable dusk. Sibling relationships can be close, positive, and help to shape development and future life choices. Much of our social development is rooted in our siblings. We figure out who we are as people as we grow alongside of our sibling. Many of us find our jobs and passions later on in life evolve from what we experienced as children. There are approximately 4.5 million people with developmental disabilities in the United States. Many of us will become overseers or primary caregivers of our sibling. Some of you are already doing this. Meyer and Fish state that the sibling experience parallels the parent's experience. We also share emotions like isolation, guilt, and fear of the future. There is a great need to include and support siblings who are the future caregivers of individuals with disabilities. We as siblings are a vulnerable population because siblings have not historically received as much support as our parents and our sibling with a disability. So this is why I created SibSteps, in hopes that we could work through these emotional knots together, learn more, and hopefully make a better world for individuals with disabilities and mental illness, and even better lives for ourselves. I'm honored to be here with you today, and I hope to accomplish some healing alongside of you. Now let me share a little bit about myself. I'm 32 years old. I live in Perry Hall. I grew up in Bel Air. My parents are in the back, Kathy and Jim. Thanks for your support. I've been a registered nurse at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore for 10 years, and I currently work on the endoscopy unit with Janet. Raise your hand, Janet. I'm also a graduate student at Towson University, and I'm studying nursing education. My fellow students are in the back, Holly and Lisa, who are also in the trenches with me. I hope to graduate next December 2016. So SibSteps is my community capstone project for school, and it's very close to my heart because I have a younger sister, Melanie, back here, who has intellectual and developmental disabilities including autism, epilepsy, as well as schizophrenia, which is new. She is a gem, she is a challenge, but she is my heart and has so much to do with who I am today. So, a recap about what we did. Session 1, we discussed the difficulties in our lives that we face by having a sibling with disabilities or mental illness. Kathy Cooper, my mom, focused on reaching out and connecting with others who have been in this place before, who are fighting the fight right now. All of you. She mentioned that if we want to run a marathon, we would find someone who's run a marathon before and shape our actions and our training to be just like theirs. In this same way, we need to be in and around others who have been in the same situation that we're in. Session 2, we discussed extreme self-care with Dr. June Bond, my life coach. We reviewed setting healthy boundaries, learning how to say no, nurturing healthy lifestyles, and doing fun and healthy activities outside of our usual duties in life, in order to maintain our sanity and to be the very best person, parent, and sibling that we can be. Session 3, Jamie Stoner, who works here, briefly discussed the idea behind the Charting the Life course, which I included some papers over there. She didn't go through the whole session. You would actually have to sign up for that, but she kind of reviewed what it entails. This official course is actually offered right here. It helps us to tangibly explore what a good life for our sibling or child looks like. The Charting the Life course helps us to brainstorm and piece together what truly matters in our family member's life. It helps us to eventually make decisions about where to spend the money, how to make big decisions, and ultimately, what's going to be the best plan for their future. We also had an amazing presentation 2 weeks ago from Attorney Raj Goel, who specializes in elder law as well as estate planning. He discussed really important legal advice regarding special needs trusts, regular trusts, wills, and we even briefly discussed living wills and wills. He spoke individually with everyone who came about personal concerns, and everyone gave me feedback that they really, really enjoyed the advice and guidance from him. He emphasized the importance of interviewing your attorney. You can be picky. Pick who is a good fit for you and your family. He also discussed the importance of family conversations. He really stressed this. These conversations are a bridge to legal planning and written documents. Those end up being the easy part, he said. The family conversation is sometimes the hardest thing to get initiated. Until we have these tough conversations, we can't really proceed. So this is a good segue for our speakers today. So I had originally planned to have Delegate Eric Ludke from Montgomery County come to speak about his experience as a sibling and also go into policy and law regarding disabilities and rights. But he was called to legislation this time of year and was unable to come today, so I'm sorry about that. Instead, I found the closest resources for sibling knowledge that I know, my blood, and a couple of my best friends, my brothers, Ben and Adam. Ben is in the middle, that's his wedding, and Adam's on the left. They unfortunately weren't able to come today in person, so I had them record videos. I know this isn't as wonderful as being in person, but please have patience. It's kind of quiet and not the best quality, but we'll work with it. Adam has a wedding to attend today, and Ben just had a baby girl a few hours after he made the video. You can actually hear the baby's heartbeat in the background. It's a total of about 20 minutes between both of the boys. The quieter one, Adam, does like 6 minutes, and Ben loves to talk, the older one, who's like 11 minutes. So I hope it gives you just some more perspectives besides just mine. They will discuss growing up with Melanie, how her condition and how her personality's changed over the years, their current involvement with Melanie and their current concerns. And I think it's really important to hear two other sides from my family besides myself, because we're all different. We live very different distances and have varying involvement with Melanie, and I hope you find this entertaining. Maybe you'll even see some of your family in my family. So without further ado, my brothers, Ben and Adam Cooper. I have it turned up as loud as possible, so you guys just have to really listen and hear.
Hi, my name is Ben Cooper. I'm 34 years old. I'm the oldest brother of 4 kids. I'm married. My wife, Amanda. And right now I have 2 kids. I'm actually sitting in the hospital. I'm sitting in the hospital